Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and welcome to my home and welcome to my kitchen. We're going to be doing taco pies tonight on a budget, cooking from the pantry. How many of us are on a budget? How many of us found that food prices have gone up? How many of us are sick of paying extra money for stuff? How many of us have some canned goods or bits and pieces that are in our homes that, we could pull together and create a meal? Yes, I do. Maybe you're saying, I'm not good at this. I've had people say to me, I don't know how to pull things together. I need ideas. I'm not really good with this. Well, that seems to be one of the things that I do fairly well. Most times is because I'm terrible at menu planning. I stink at it. Usually I was raised on you go to the grocery store and you get whatever's on sale. Throw this in the cart, you throw that in the cart, you throw this in the cart. Well, the problem is you come home and you got some great things that were on sale, but do you actually have a meal that you can put together? And I watch other people, they make their menu, smart, then they buy their food, and then they can make meals. So I'm trying to, 30 some years married, you think I'd get it together, but I'm finally getting there. I used to do some menu planning and buy, but I'm usually one to do things on the fly. That's just my personality. So what are we doing tonight? We're doing taco pies. Do I have a recipe? I'll let you know in the description below after I create it. So I bought some hamburger patties. And I think, what do we have? We had 6 of them, 2.5 pounds. We didn't make hamburgers and I got to use the meat up. So I got this sizzling in the background. Got some nice meat here sizzling away. All right. Actually, let me put that to the side for the moment. So I was at work today. Long day. I think I worked 10 hours today? Yeah, 10 hours today. Tired, cranky, didn't sleep well last night. And I thought, my men are going to be hungry and they're going to want to eat. What am I going to do? When I have those hamburgers, I don't feel like cheeseburgers. We don't have a grill. Our grill broke. I got to get a grill. I thought, oh, well, I can take hamburger meat. They were pre-packaged as burgers. It's just chopped meat, or some of you will call it mince meat, that's been put into a patty. So why not just take that patty and make it into a meal? So I have a package of taco seasoning. And then I had some crescent rolls. And I have some black olives. I have some corn. And I don't have salsa, but I have some diced tomatoes. So, and let's not forget the best part, some cheese. Okay. So in my mind, I was sitting at work. I didn't get a lunch break, so sometimes tell my husband I take a mental lunch break. So as I'm doing work, I mentally drift off into something else. Oh, and I had some cucumbers that I needed to use up. You know what? I'm going to roast some broccoli. We'll make some taco pies. And I will put the cucumbers on the side with a little ranch dip for some crunch. Little salad kind of thing on the side. And call it dinner. So here are things. I had olives in my pantry, and I've been wanting to use up this can of olives. It's one lonely can of black olives. I don't even know where I got it. I probably bought it for a recipe I never used. So I'm going to use half the can tonight. I'm going to save the other half because I have another recipe for tuna pies that is so budget friendly. Use up what's in your pantry or your refrigerator. I've been making it since probably our first year of marriage. I'll give you the story. Yeah, my husband's perking up back there. He misses these tuna pies. I'll have to show you how to make those. So I'm going to save half the can for that. And I'm making beef stroganoff. So with the other 3 hamburger patties, don't waste it. I'll fry those up and I'll make beef stroganoff out of that. I might use this corn, I'm not sure, or I might freeze it. But I do have some corn on the cob that I got from the Amish market. Oh, my oven's telling me we're ready. So hang on. Let me check the broccoli, so hang on. Oh, a few more minutes. Okay, so I have some corn on the cob. I might use that for the beef stroganoff, and then I can freeze this corn. And then diced tomatoes, I'm not going to use all of it, but who cares? I can always freeze that and use it for another recipe. Cheese, you can use that for anything, whatever's left over, I can always freeze. And the crescent rolls, I'm going to show you how I make my meat pies, tuna pies, anything kind of pie. And this will make 4 nice sized pies. I'll have one. My men will each have one, and then there'll be one left over that they can split. And we need the taco seasoning. If you don't have taco seasoning and you want to do something like this, if you have like chili powder seasoning, chili seasoning, a packet like this, or some chili powder, put some onion powder, some garlic powder. Don't call it a taco pie, call it a meat pie. You can take your minced meat, your chopped meat, your ground beef, whatever you call it, add some onion, add some veggies left over from the refrigerator. If you have some mixed veggies, canned veggies, whatever you got, throw it in it, mix it up. Watch how we put it together and you've got a great meat pie. Tonight we're doing taco pies. I got a taste for something spicy. Not too hot though. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add the taco seasoning to the meat. I'll show you how to, I'm gonna do that. Nothing fancy, but if you've never done that before. We're gonna add the water to it. We're gonna cook that down for about 10 minutes. Then we're gonna assemble the meat pies, get them in the oven for maybe about 12 minutes and they're ready to go. This is it. This is so easy. So come on over, I'll show you what I'm doing with the taco meat and we'll go from there. So while the taco meat is, let me turn that down. Hang on a second, turn it down a wee bit. The meat's already cooked. So I'm just infusing the flavors of the taco seasoning packet. You can make your own taco seasoning. I don't do that because we don't really eat tacos on the regular. So I know people have said, oh, you can put your own together, you can use your spices. You know what, for $1, it's easier for me to buy a packet and throw it together and then to buy all the spices, and that's not my thing. So if I was doing taco or that type of thing on the regular, I would consider that. So we're gonna infuse the flavors of the seasoning packet with the meat. Then all I'm gonna do is take a bowl and I'm gonna add the meat. I'm going to add some black olives. I'm going to add some cheese, and lots of cheese. I'm going to add some corn, and I'm going to scoop out the diced tomatoes so that I don't have the juice. I don't want it too juicy because then it'll seep through in the crescent rolls. So I'm going to, you'll see, I'll just let you see how I do it. I kind of pinch together the crescent rolls, put some meat in the middle, we tie it all up, cook it up, and then I'll put it on the other side of the broccoli in the oven. The broccoli needs about 25 minutes to get nice and roasted, and this will only take about 10 to 12 minutes. So the last 10-12 minutes of the broccoli, I'll add that to it. We're gonna have a great dinner. I put some parchment paper down. 2 reasons. One is my pan is clean, but it looks terrible. It's old as the hills, and it's just been beat up with cookies and doing olive oil on it. And you know, if you have a pan, you know, everybody has that one pan that doesn't look so good, but it's the best pan I've got. So because it looks terrible, and you guys don't want to see that on YouTube, I put the parchment paper down. Plus it makes it for easy cleanup. And then we have some brownies. Homemade? No. I'll tell you what, my son, we have neighbors that live behind us, they're older, and they can't get the mailbox from their driveways really long, and they can't get there anymore. So my youngest son is very gracious. He gets our mail, he delivers their mail, and every couple of weeks they give him some cookies. This time they gave him brownies as a thank you, and I think that is so sweet of them. Takes nothing for him to do it. It's a good service project for him to do for others and learning to be, you know, helpful to the community. I think that's great. So they gave him brownies, so if anybody has a sweet tooth after dinner, we've got brownies. Listen, budget friendly, easy meal to cook, using stuff from your pantry. Remember my pantry video? I said learn to cook from your pantry. Well, here we go, guys. So I think what I'm going to do now is just pull this all together, let you watch how I do it, and then I'll bring you back at the end and let you see what it looks like. And then guess what? Okay, so we're doing a little adventurous cooking, if you want to say. Like, I'm just piecing together a menu. and a recipe. I don't really have a recipe to follow. So we went to two places. One was a World War II museum, right? World War II, Graeme? World War II museum where they had planes and like full-size, life-size planes in this hangar, and it's just really cool. And that is in Cape May area, Wildwood, New Jersey. In case any of you are ever visiting New Jersey, you might want to check it out. And then a few days later, we went on a pontoon boat out into the bay and the creek area of Tuckerton, New Jersey. There's a museum there. It was very limited. This was prior to, so let's see, in June, I guess we went the end of May. So this video, some of these pictures are a little delayed getting together with this recipe. But it was before they lifted everything here in New Jersey with the no mask and the COVID restrictions and all that. So we had gone on there. So this is limited museum things because of that, but we'll still show you some pictures. So come on an adventure with me. We're going to create a new recipe. We're going on a pontoon boat. We're going to go see a museum in Cape May with World War II planes. Hope you enjoy the video. So follow along and see how to put this together. If you end up making a meat pie differently than I'm doing, but kind of use the same concept of using up stuff from your pantry, leave a comment below. Tell us what you used, because then we can learn from each other. All right, guys? Okay, let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Look at this. So good, so good, so good. Oh, yeah. So here's the scoop. So for the package of taco seasoning, you need to do a pound of meat. So if you don't want to do a pound of meat and you're a family of 1 or 2 and you're like, that's too much meat, no problem. Then mix your own seasoning or just sprinkle a little, go, you know, taste it and see what you think. But I went ahead and did the whole thing. And this way, look at this. I ended up with 2 containers of extra meat. I just put a piece of masking tape on there. It says taco pie. And I said to my husband, I have another thing of crescent rolls next week if I feel like it. Pull this out of the freezer, warm it up. Meal's done, already cooked. The other thing I said, you know, I was saying to him, I was prepping this, and I said, ooh, make some nice rice or couscous or quinoa, or there was a new thing I tried. What was that called? Farro?
I think so.
I don't know. It was a vegan meal I had. It was so delicious. But something like that, some kind of grainy something or a rice, even pasta. Put this over it and add a biscuit on the side. Just sounds like something almost fall-like, you know, something warm and cozy when you come home. And this is great to have leftovers for me for lunch, to go to work, and so on and so forth. So for me, it was worth doing the pound of meat. And then I have leftovers. I have 2 meals leftovers. So let me know if you guys make any meat pies, what you put in it. I'd love to hear. Thanks so much for coming over. Enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.